I lost everything, and I was abusing alcohol, which I no longer do.
Their faces lit up the silver screen, their talent left us breathless, and their names became immortal.
You really have taken a lot of crap, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
But behind the scenes, their lives were anything but charmed. For some of Hollywood's most iconic actresses, the pressures of fame, the relentless pursuit of perfection, and personal demons led to tragic ends.
Yes, I am pregnant. I'm happy.
Addiction claimed them too soon, leaving behind stories of heartbreak and caution. Today, we uncover the painful truths behind the lives and untimely deaths of famous actresses who lost their battles with overdose. Have you ever wondered what it's like to live under the glaring spotlight from childhood? For Anissa Jones, the beloved child star of Family Affair, fame was both a blessing and a curse. In the late 1960s, Anissa captured hearts as Buffy, the precocious little girl with a doll named Mrs. Beasley. At just 6 years old, she was a household name, but behind her bright smile, life wasn't as picture-perfect. When Family Affair ended in 1971, Anissa struggled to transition from child star to a normal teenager. By her mid-teens, she felt forgotten by the very industry that once adored her. On August 28, 1976, at just 18 years old, Anissa's life came to a devastating end. She died from a lethal combination of drugs, her overdose making headlines that shocked the world. Fans mourned the girl who brought warmth to their screens, but her story became a haunting cautionary tale of child stardom gone wrong. Rest in peace, Anissa. Your light burned too brightly, too soon. Have you ever heard of the phrase, too bright to last? Edie Sedgwick, the stunning Warhol superstar, epitomized the dazzling highs and devastating lows of fame. In the 1960s, Edie was the it girl of New York's underground art scene. With her cropped hair, smoky eyes, and effortless charm, she became Andy Warhol's muse, starring in his avant-garde films and captivating everyone around her. But behind the glitter and glamour lay deep pain. Edie battled mental health issues and a dependency on drugs that only worsened under the pressures of fame. On November 16, 1971, at just 28 years old, Edie was found dead from an overdose of barbiturates. It marked the tragic end of a life that burned brightly, but all too quickly. Edie remains an icon of her era, a reminder of the allure and peril of the spotlight. Rest in peace, Edie. Your star still shines in the annals of pop culture. What drives someone from Hollywood stardom to a tragic end? Carol Landis, the dazzling actress of the 1940s, embodied the glitz and glamour of her era, but her life behind the scenes told a different story. Known for her roles in films like 1 Million BC and Topper Returns, Carol's stunning looks and talent made her a sought-after leading lady. She wasn't just a starlet. Her vivacious personality and charm won hearts everywhere. However, her personal life was turbulent. Struggling with failed relationships and a love affair with actor Rex Harrison, who refused to leave his wife, Carol's heartbreak ran deep. On July 5, 1948, at just 29 years old, Carol was found dead from an overdose of barbiturates in her Brentwood home. Her death shocked Hollywood, leaving behind questions and a legacy of untapped potential. Carol's story remains a bittersweet reminder of the pressures and loneliness that can accompany fame. Rest in peace, Carol. You'll forever be a star of Hollywood's golden age. What happens when childhood fame fades too quickly? Dana Plato, the lovable Kimberly Drummond from the hit sitcom Different Strokes, was once America's sweetheart. But her story became a cautionary tale of the dark side of fame. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Dana captivated audiences with her charm and innocence. However, when the show ended, she struggled to find her footing as an adult actress in an industry that often discards its child stars. Financial troubles and personal challenges pushed Dana toward substance abuse, a battle she fought for years. On May 8, 1999, at just 34 years old, Dana tragically died from an overdose of prescription painkillers. Her death was ruled accidental, but her story remains a painful reminder of the pressure and loneliness that can accompany fame. Dana's story is a sobering reminder of how fleeting fame can be and the toll it often takes. Rest in peace, Dana. You'll always be remembered for the joy you brought to our screens. Have you ever wondered about the untold stories of rising stars who vanished too soon? Michelle Gerardo, the French beauty who captivated audiences in the 1961 classic Hatari, was one such star. Michelle brought elegance and charm to the silver screen, quickly gaining international recognition. Her role alongside John Wayne in Hatari showcased her natural talent and effortless grace, making her a standout in Hollywood and European cinema. But as her career progressed, Michelle struggled to find roles that matched her early success. The pressures of a fading career, coupled with personal challenges, led her into a dark spiral. On March 25, 1975, at just 36 years old, Michelle passed away from an overdose of sleeping pills. Her untimely death was a profound loss, leaving fans to mourn the unfulfilled potential of a luminous talent. Rest in peace, Michelle. Your grace and beauty continue to live on in the memories of those who admired you. What happens when a life of fame and fortune spirals out of control? Anna Nicole Smith, the larger-than-life model and actress, captivated the world with her beauty, charm, and turbulent journey. Anna rose to fame in the 1990s as a Playboy model and guest campaign star, channeling Marilyn Monroe's allure and magnetism. Her life was a whirlwind of headlines, her controversial marriage to billionaire J. Howard Marshall and her reality TV antics kept her in the spotlight. But behind the glamour, Anna battled immense personal pain and struggled with substance abuse. In a surprising twist, Anna announced her pregnancy in June 2006, sharing the news with fans through a video on her official website.
Yes, I am pregnant. I'm happy.
This joyous moment, however, was soon overshadowed by tragedy. Just days after giving birth to her daughter Danny Lynn on September 7, 2006, Anna faced the devastating loss of her 20-year-old son Daniel, who died of an accidental drug overdose in her hospital room. The final months of Anna's life were marked by a complex paternity battle over her newborn daughter, adding another layer of drama to her already tumultuous existence. On February 8, 2007, at just 39 years old, Anna died from an accidental overdose of prescription drugs. Her death was a devastating end to a life marked by both extraordinary highs and heartbreaking lows. Anna's story is a reminder of the fragility behind the facade of fame. Her journey from small-town girl to international icon, punctuated by moments of triumph and tragedy, continues to captivate the public imagination. Rest in peace, Anna. You remain unforgettable in your brilliance, vulnerability, and the legacy you left behind in your daughter, Danny Lynn. What happens when the weight of a famous name becomes too much to bear? Margot Hemingway, the granddaughter of literary icon Ernest Hemingway, seemed destined for greatness. But her life took a tragic turn that mirrored the struggles of her family's legacy. In the 1970s, Margot became a sensation as a supermodel, gracing the covers of magazines and landing lucrative contracts. She later transitioned to acting, debuting in Lipstick alongside her sister Marielle Hemingway. Despite her success, Margot battled depression, addiction, and the immense pressure to live up to her family's celebrated name. On July 1, 1996, at just 42 years old, Margot was found dead from an overdose of phenobarbital. Her passing was attributed to an intentional act, marking another somber chapter in the Hemingway family's history of tragedy. Margot's story is a poignant reminder of the burdens fame and legacy can bring. Rest in peace, Margot. Your beauty and talent will not be forgotten. What happens when the laughter fades behind the scenes? Lisa Robin Kelly, best known for her role as Lori Foreman on That 70s Show, was a bright comedic talent who struggled with demons that eventually overtook her. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Lisa became a fan favorite for her sharp wit and mischievous charm on the hit sitcom. But as her career rose, her personal life began to unravel. Lisa battled addiction and faced legal troubles that led to her departure from the show, a loss that marked the beginning of her decline. Lisa's struggles intensified in the years following her exit from That 70s Show. She faced multiple arrests, including DUIs and domestic violence charges. In a 2012 interview, Lisa bravely admitted to her drinking problem, attributing it in part to the trauma of a miscarriage. On August 15, 2013, at just 43 years old, Lisa died from an accidental overdose while in a rehabilitation facility. The Los Angeles County coroner ruled her death as accidental multiple drug intoxication. The news shocked fans who had hoped she was on the road to recovery. Lisa's story is a heartbreaking reminder of the silent battles many face in the entertainment industry and beyond. Rest in peace, Lisa. Your laughter and light will live on in the memories of your fans.
But if you knew of all the years.
Have you ever wondered how someone with the voice of an angel could hide so much pain? Judy Garland, the beloved Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, was more than a Hollywood star. She was an icon, lighting up screens and stages with her unparalleled talent. But behind the dazzling performances lay a life steeped in struggles. It was the 1930s when Judy became a household name, but the fame came with a cost. The studio-controlled world she lived in was ruthless, pushing her to take pills to maintain her energy for grueling schedules, then more pills to sleep. Over time, this cycle became her prison. On June 22, 1969, at just 47 years old, Judy's radiant light dimmed forever due to a barbiturate overdose. It was a tragic end to a life filled with soaring highs and crushing lows. Judy sang our dreams, but her life was a reminder of the toll fame can take. Rest easy, Judy. Somewhere over the rainbow, your spirit still shines. What happens when a voice that defined a generation is silenced forever? Whitney Houston wasn't just a singer, she was the voice, a powerhouse who redefined pop and soul music. From her iconic rendition of I Will Always Love You to countless chart-topping hits, she captivated the world with her effortless range and unparalleled emotion. But behind the glamour was a private struggle that would eventually claim her life. By the early 2000s, whispers of personal battles began to overshadow her music. Substance abuse and a turbulent personal life took their toll on Whitney, dimming the brilliance that once seemed untouchable. On the night of February 11, 2012, Whitney was preparing to attend a pre-Grammys party hosted by her mentor, Clive Davis. Friends described her mood as upbeat, but subtle signs of her struggles emerged. A final drink, a last conversation, her haunting rendition of Yes, Jesus Loves Me sung at a party just days before. Hours later, Whitney was found lifeless in her hotel bathtub. Cocaine and heart disease were contributing factors, marking the tragic end of a legend at just 48 years old. Whitney's voice gave us hope, love, and heartbreak. She lived through the highs and lows of fame, leaving behind a legacy as complex as it was extraordinary. Even in her absence, her music continues to inspire millions. Rest in peace, Whitney. Your voice will forever echo through the ages. The lives of these actresses remind us that fame and fortune can't shield anyone from their struggles. Though they left us far too soon, their legacies endure through the stories and performances that continue to inspire. Which of these actresses' stories touched you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of Hollywood's brightest and most tragic stars. Their stories may have ended, but their impact will echo forever.